Okay, so I went out today, right? I went out only for a couple of hours. Anyways, the point is, I get overstimulated like so fast. It was at Mercato Metropolitano in the city, and there's a lot of people already. And as I'm walking in, like everybody drinks, and I don't drink, so I don't drink, I don't smoke, and if the conversation is not interesting, I'm out, right? But when there's a lot of people talking and I'm trying to find people in a sea of human beings, I'm just like, my brain hurts. I don't know if anybody else hurts. Anyways, there's another point in the story where I wanted to go. But yeah, I I get very stimulated very fast. That's why I'm just like, I'd much rather build, work from my home, and like go to events and stuff, because I think it's important, for people to grow and to interact. But yeah, I need space. I need you to not fucking talk to me. Anyways, so here we are. One of the girls was like, because I told her that I worked out early in the morning, and she's like, why do you work out? I was like, what do you mean why don't I work out? I was like, because I do the hardest thing in the morning, which is waking up and working out. And everybody's, I could never do it. I'm like, guys, it's mindset. That's all it is, right? She's like, but why do you do it? I was like, do you know military workout? Do you know military? Now she's like from another country, so barrel language, right? She's like, yeah. Because I was like, do you know David Goggins? She's like, no. And then I was like, okay, military workout. I do it for discipline. I don't do it because I like it. I do it because it's required. In order for me to grow, in order for me to get to the other side, in order for me to do something that I do not like, I will work out. It's not because I like working out early in the morning. I'd much rather do it another time. But if I do the hardest thing in the morning, it is out of the way. And it's always me against me. And I was telling her, it's me against me. And she's like, why? Because who's going to push you if you're not? And that's the difference and she works for herself, but I always see, and I can relate, people that are going to be more successful than others in the way that you discipline yourself. And at first, it won't make sense. It won't make sense. But in the long run, just like building a business, just like in a couple of years, all the work that I've put in now, it's rippling in effect right now. Why? Because I'm sowing the seed for the things that feels uncomfortable, but it just gets you better and better and better and better. So it won't make sense to even people that do CrossFit just like me, but they always go in the evening. Out of all the other people, we were three other, but I go 6 days a week. Like it's a non-negotiable. It's discipline. And it's not like, hey, I can't do it. You can. You just got to decide. Yeah, but I got to go to bed earlier. Yeah, well then you have to plan it, right? It's all about decisions in life. Life is always like you always are one decision away from greatness, one decision away from, shifting your life. Hopefully that resonates. No way, shape, or form.